Welcome everybody to the JAZZmakers show again. I'm Stuart Baird, and today we have the pleasure of hearing a real fine old jug band trio. They play classic jazz, and a la Duke Ellington and Louis Armstrong, also blues and jug band music such as Robert Johnson and the Memphis Jug Band used to play. Now, the trio is a guitar, Chris Wells, Rod Thomas on harmonica and vocals, and Dan Dick on jug, washboard, upright bass, banjo, and flute. So I'm sure you're going to enjoy this jug band music here today, and we'll be back with you later and give you some more information on contacting them if you're interested. And again, we're always interested ourselves in local area artists of all kinds who may want to consider working on a show with us for the JAZZmakers. And we are very generous in our definition of jazz. We're very broad. We'll include anything that's really good swinging music related. So on with the show.
Way down south in Birmingham, I'm in south in Alabama, it's an old place where people go to dance the night away. They all drive and walk for miles to get jive. That southern style, I mean jive, that makes you want to dance to break of day. It's a junction where the town folks meet at each function. In their tux, they greet you. Come on down and shed your cares. Come on down. You'll find that there's a long town. I'm headed for Tuxedo Junction now. It's a junction where the town folks meet at each function. In their tux, they greet you. Come on down and shed your cares. Come on down. You'll find that there's a long town. I'm headed for Tuxedo Junction now. I'm headed for Tuxedo Junction now.
So a friend of ours is videotaping today. He's going to join us for this next tune. It's going to be a little bit of improv here. The theme is traveling and walking through the woods. This is a song about traveling too. A song about coming home. I think it was very popular shortly during World War II and after. The idea is a fellow's coming home to see his family and to see his gal, taking a sentimental journey.
sentimental journey, gonna set my heart at ease, gonna make a sentimental journey to renew old memories. Got my bag, I got my reservation, spent each time I could afford, like a child in wild anticipation, long to leave that all aboard. 7, that's the time we'd leave at 7. I'll be waiting up for heaven, counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Never thought my heart could be so yearning. Why did I decide to roam? Gotta take a sentimental journey, sentimental journey. That's the time we leave at 7. I've been waiting up for heaven, counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Never thought my heart could be so yearning. Why did I decide to roam? Gotta take a sentimental journey, sentimental journey home, sentimental journey home.
There are a few young people in the audience today. I hope you guys all had a snow day on Friday. Did you? Well, as a elementary school educator, I can let you know a little secret.
Consider that.
Teachers like snow days too. But I'm going to educate you now. I'm going to make up for it with a little educational song. This song has a moral, and the moral is it's good to grab all the gusto you can in life, like that old Budweiser commercial suggests. But you should only grab the gusto that is gusto that you're entitled to, and not anyone else's. This is a song about a guy who grabbed a little bit too much. It's called I Got Mine.
This introduces the jug portion of our entertainment. This is a regular 2-gallon jug. It could have contained who knows what, but we'll just imagine that it was empty when it was made. So this is just, it resonates the tone that I buzz with my lips. So if I were to play this like, I'm making all the pitch just with my lips, the jug just acts as a resonator.
Whoa.
So I'm the tuba. I'm the tuba of the group. So Rod here is very handy. He made the stand so that
Jug stand.
I can do more than one thing, and you'll see what the other thing is. may know what this is. Okay.
Are we ready?
We've cleared up any confusion about what I'm doing up here, right?
Hey,
Okay.
just exactly what is he doing? What is all that paraphernalia?
How dangerous is it to be in the front row?
Right. I went down to a big crap game, certainly against my will. I lost every doggone nickel I had except a greenback dollar bill. A $40 bet lying on the floor, but his point was not. The police came and got all of us, but I got mine. I got mine, yes, yes, I got mine. I grabbed that money off the floor, out the back door I went flying. Ever since that big crap game, I've been living on chicken and wine. I'm a leader of high society since I got mine. I went down to my best gal's house and I was just about 9. I wasn't dressed up like Henry Ford, but I was feeling just as fine. Caught her sitting on another man's knee and I did not like that sign. I told that rascal what I thought about him and I got mine. I got mine, yes, yes, I got mine. Grabbed my hat through the window, I went flying. I ran as fast as I could run, but I didn't get there in time. Cause the rascal grabbed a shotgun and woo, I got mine. Way across town, along Walker Street. And it's the onliest place on Saturday night gamblers care for me. Some of them in for a haircut, others for a strap. Now when you see me and my brother there, we mean to shoot some crap. I holler on 7, come 11, won't you come, come, come. If you don't 7 or 11, you die, I'm done, done, done. If I see the police, will he see me? I'm gonna run, run, run. I'm a leader of high society since I got mine. Well, some of the boys got 30 days, others they got 9. When they brought the stripes in the very next morning, shoot, I got mine.
Song was recorded in 1928 by Jim Jackson. It's called Well About My Lovin'. Was revived in the 60s by the Jim Kwesky Jug Band. And then also recorded by the Lovin' Spoonful. Anybody here remember the Lovin' Spoonful? So it's kind of become a jug band classic. Wild About My Lovin'.
And by the way, we are Outrageous Fortune, and we do have a mailing list, which I think Jane is circulating. So if you want to find out about our future gigs, please sign up, and we'll let you know. And here we go. Listen here, people.
about to sing a song. Going to St. Louis and I won't be long. I'm wild about my loving. I like to have my fun. If you wanna be a girl of mine, you got to bring it with you when you come. Sergeant Jones, chief of police, run around here, don't let me see no peace. I'm wild about my loving. I like to have my fun. If you wanna be a girl of mine, you got to bring it with you when you come. Iceman, oh, Iceman son, keep you cool until your Iceman comes. I'm wild about my loving. I like to have my fun. If you wanna be a girl of mine, you got to bring it with you when you come. Hello, Central, what's the matter with your line? I wanna talk to that high of mine. I hear me talking to you, I don't bite my tongue. If you wanna be a girl of mine, you got to bring it with you when you come. If you wanna be a girl of mine, you got to bring it with you when you come. If you wanna be a girl of mine, you got to bring it with you when you come.
This next tune features choreography.
In a matter of speaking.
So speaking of walking, generally some people walk just, with just themselves. Some people have a walking stick. This is a song about a fellow who will not go out without his walking stick, as portrayed by Mr. Rod Thomas.
Originally portrayed by Louis Armstrong. Without my walking stick, I go insane. I can't look my best, I feel undressed without my cane. I must have my walking stick, for it may rain. When it pours, it without my name. If you ever catch me out without my walking stick, that would just be something I could never explain. The thing that makes me tick on Lover's Lane would be for naught if I was caught without my cane. Left my house without my walking stick, that would just be something I could never explain. The thing that makes me tick on Lover's Lane would be for naught if I was caught. I'd be chagrined, all out of wind. I'd be disturbed, so perturbed, without my cane.
So we're going to do a tune that goes back to 1931, and Duke Ellington and his jungle band, his famous orchestra, as he called it, and rightly so. And this is another traveling tune. We're going to take you down to the Mississippi Delta and New Orleans and all that great music. And it's called Delta Bound. That's where the shelter, no helter-skelter, no blues around. I'm tired of roaming, that's why I'm homing, I'm Delta bound. When night is falling, my levee's calling, and keeps a-calling, I'm going down. I'm in a hurry, my heart's so blurry, I'm Delta bound. Every time I close my eyes, I seem to see Louisiana. I can hear those people singing in that free and easy manner. I've been a rover, now that's over. Need even clover, I'll soon be found. I'm on my way now, most any day now. I'm Delta bound. I can hear those people singing in that free and easy manner. I've been a rover, now that's over. Need even clover, I'll soon be found. I'm on my way now, most any day now. I'm Delta bound. I'm on my way now, most any day now. I'm Delta bound.
I'd like to do a beautiful old American folk song.
So down near the border of Virginia and West Virginia is the Shenandoah River, made famous in many songs. And there were boatmen who plied the river and the Mississippi and all rivers all over the place before the trains came in the middle of the 19th century. And they had shanties. They sung songs to haul anchor, to load things. All the work they did was accompanied by music. So this was a song that's come down to us called Shenandoah. There's references to Shenandoah River and the Missouri. Maybe a love song, hard to tell exactly. Many versions of this song.
Shenandoah, I long to hear you away. We're bound away across the wide Missouri. Shenandoah, I love your daughter. Away, you rolling river. Was fun, I crossed the water. Away, we're bound away across the wide Missouri.
some traveling is forced upon us, and that's what's happening with the protagonist of this next tune. The moral of this story is sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And the directive came from a high source in this song. God himself told a preacher named Jonah that he had to go to Nineveh City and preach. And he didn't want to go because Nineveh City was a real bad side of town. And people there were crazy, and he didn't know if his sermons would fly over there. So he tried to get away from this responsibility, and it caught up to him in the end. And so sometimes you got to do what you got to do. There's a chorus here that you can join in. It goes like this. God moved in a windstorm. Let's hear it. God moved in a windstorm, and he rose in a windstorm, and he rose in a windstorm. Troubled everybody in mind. Troubled everybody in mind. That'll be just fine. So. Well, God sent Jonah down to Nineveh land to preach the gospel to the wicked man and to amend his wicked ways. Gonna overthrow the city in 40 days. God moved in a windstorm, and he rose in a windstorm. Troubled everybody in mind, but Jonah was scared, didn't want to go, so he snuck on down to the seashore. Got himself a ship and he paid his fare. But God was angry with Jonah down there. God moved in a windstorm, and he rose in a windstorm. Troubled everybody in mind. So God saw the ship and he came in town. The captain of the ship soon had trouble in mind. Then he went into the deep, yeah, where he found old Jonah there fast asleep. God moved in a windstorm, and he rose in a windstorm, troubled everybody in mind. The captain said, stranger, stranger, tell me your name. My name is Jonah, and I'm fleeing from the king, and all this trouble's on account of me. Why don't you throw me overboard and let the ship sail free? And the captain said, oh, Jonah, we don't have to throw you overboard. He said, really? He said, no, we got a plank here. You can walk off. So they threw Jonah overboard, and a whale came along and he swallowed him whole. Took him over to a Nineveh land, where he threw up Jonah on a bar of sand. God moved in a windstorm, and he rose in a windstorm, troubled everybody in mind. Well, now God sent Jonah down to Nineveh land to preach the gospel to the wicked man and to amend his wicked ways. Gonna overthrow the city in 40 days. Amen.
Thank you. Ron Thomas. Well, keeping with the liturgical theme, this is a song about a pilgrim. We've heard of Pilgrim's Progress, and I guess you can be a spiritual pilgrim or a secular pilgrim. In this case, this song is about a spiritual pilgrim. And it's a Merle Travis tune. I'm not sure actually if he wrote this or he popularized it, but it's called I Am a Pilgrim. And it features the Travis picking. Did I mention that you should sign the mailing list? Is that still circulating around? Sometimes it gets stuck.
this may be a familiar tune too, so if you know the chorus on this one, feel free to join in.
Yeah, this was actually on the Byrds recorded the first really country rock album. This is before CD. Sweetheart of the Rodeo. Do any of you know that album? I Am a Pilgrim is on that recording.
I am a pilgrim and a stranger, traveling through this wearisome land. I've got a home in that yonder city, good Lord, and it's not
Melodian it's not.
made by hand. I've got a mother, sister and brother who have gone on before. I'm determined to go and see them, good Lord, over on that other shore. I am a pilgrim and a stranger, traveling through this wearisome land. I've got a home in that yonder city, good Lord, and it's not
Melodian it's not.
made by hand. I'm going down to the river of Jordan just to bathe my weary soul. If I could touch but the hem of his garment, good Lord, I believe that it would make me whole. I am a pilgrim and a stranger, traveling through this wearisome land. I've got a home in that yonder city, good Lord, and it's not
Melodian it's not.
made by hand. Oh yes, it's not
Melodian it's not.
made by hand.
Another instrument from Dan Dick, who basically plays all the instruments, and Rod and I just sit here and look pretty. And this one is the... all right, so we just sit here and look. This is the dobro, which is named after the brothers...
The Doe Pyro Brothers of Chicago.
Oh yes, of course, the Dopyros.
Needed to invent, why am I shouting? They need to modify the guitar so it could compete with brass instruments like Stewart's.
It's all your fault, Stuart.
So it's a guitar with a hubcap, basically. It was recorded in the 1920s. We know it from the version by Jim Kweskin.
And the Muppets.
Jim Kweskin and the Muppets, yeah.
And Bette Midler. And countless others.
Okay.
I saw the splendor in the moonlight on Honolulu Bay. There's something tender in the moonlight on Honolulu Bay. And all the beaches are filled with peaches who bring their ukes along. And in the glimmer of the moonlight they love to sing this song. If you like ukulele lady, ukulele lady like a you. If you like to linger where it's shady, ukulele
ukulele lady, linger too. If you kiss ukulele lady, and you promise ever to be true, and she sees another ukulele lady fool around with you, maybe she'll sigh
An awful lot.
maybe she'll cry,
And maybe not.
maybe she'll find somebody else by and by to sing to, when it's cool and shady, when it's tricky, wicky, wacky, woo. If you like ukulele lady like you. She used to sing to me by moonlight on Honolulu Bay. Fond memories cling to me by moonlight, although I'm far away. Someday I'm going where breezes blowing and lips are made to kiss, and in the glimmer of the moonlight I'll hear that song I miss. If you like ukulele lady like you, if you like to linger where it's shady, ukulele lady linger too. If you kiss ukulele lady, and you promise ever to be true, and she sees another ukulele lady fool around with you, maybe she'll sigh,
An awful lot.
maybe she'll cry,
And maybe not.
maybe she'll find somebody else by and by to sing to, when it's cool and shady, when it's tricky, wicky, wacky, woo. If you like ukulele lady like you like me, and I like you, and we both like the same, I'd like to say this very day, ukulele lady like you. Ukulele lady like you. Thank you. And I just want to say that if you want to find out about our future doings, aside from signing up on the mailing list, we do have a website. It's outrageousfortune.org. It's .org, not .com, because we don't make any money. And that's it. Is there any other announcements we need to make before the intermission? I guess not. Way up in Massachusetts where the cold winds blow, way up north where the highways go, there's a tumble-down shack that we all know was a swinging hand of Henry David Thoreau. Catalina read and write so well, you can transcendental just like ringing the bell. Go, Henry, go, sing along. Go, Henry, go, it's intellectual. Go, Henry, go, that's it. Go, Henry, go, why don't you go, Henry David Thoreau. He used to hang around in the flowers and trees, humming to the rhythm of the birds and bees. People would be saying for miles around, now they say, who the heck is this crazy clown? Never used to listen to that government jive, it was a swingin'ist transcendental later of mine. Go, Henry, go, Henry, go, Henry, go, Henry, go, why don't you go, Henry David Thoreau. Mama always used to say, stick to making pencils, kid, you'll be okay. And Henry didn't listen to his mama's advice. Said, I only want to front the essentials in life. Henry wasn't known as kind of a flirt. He said, no method or discipline can supersede the necessity. Forever on the alert. Go! Go, Henry, go, go. Go, Henry, go, go. Go, Henry, go, go. Go, Henry, go. Why don't you go, go, go? Henry David Thoreau. Around his cabin door, things ain't exactly like they were before. It's a jukebox now and a penny arcade. Henry David's rolling over in his grave. It's a superhighway down on a country road, wherever high school mom comes to drop his load. Go, go, Henry, go, go. Let's hear it. Go, Henry, go, go. Yeah, that's it. Go, Henry, go, go. Go, Henry, go. Why don't you go, go, go? Henry David Thoreau. Please don't go away. By the way, we do have CDs for sale at the concession stand up front. I took off my socks, I took off my shoes, I stomped off after the jug band blues, and it sounds so sweet. Oh, it's so hard to beat. Jug band music certainly was a treat to me. Doctor, got to come here quick. All I want is trying to get my hand bone fixed, and it sounds so sweet. Oh, it's hard to beat. Jug band music certainly was a treat. Jug band music certainly was a treat. Jug band music certainly was a treat to me.
The tunes that's most well remembered from the 1928 hit musical called Whoopee. And this song is it's rather a sad tale of domesticity and what can happen if you're not careful. It's a different kind of a journey.
Another bride, another June, another funny honeymoon, another season, another reason for making whoopee. A lot of shoes, a lot of rice, the room is nervous, he answers twice. And it's so killing that he's so willing, making whoopee. Picture a little love nest down where the road clothes is so ambitious, he even sews. But don't forget, folks, that's what you get, folks, for making whoopee. Another year, or maybe less. What's this I hear? Well, can't you guess? She feels neglected, and he's suspected of making whoopee. She sits alone most every night. He doesn't call her, he doesn't write. She says he's busy, she says, is he? He's making whoopee. He doesn't make much money, only 5,000 per. Some judge who thinks he's funny says you'll give 6 to her. I said, now judge, suppose I fail. Judge says, fudge, right into jail. You better keep her, I think it's cheaper than making W-H-O-O-P-E-E whoopee. Thank you.
Tune for college a cappella groups. I was in a college a cappella group, but we never did this one. But it's been done a million times since. It's a great song, and it's about a stimulating beverage. And because that is so, you'd expect it to be a real lively number, but it's actually kind of laid back. So I think a different beverage has been consumed the night before, and this is the morning after. Java Jive.
By the Ink Spots.
I love tea. I love the Java Jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the Java and me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. I love Java, sweet and hot. Whoops, Mr. Moto, I'm a coffee pot. Shoot me the pot, now pour me a shot. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. Whoa, slip me a slug from the wonderful mug. I'll cut a rug till I'm snug in a jug. Slice of onion and a raw one. Draw one. Waiter, percolator. I love coffee. I love tea. I love the Java Jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the Java and me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. Oh, Boston beans, soybeans, green beans, cabbage and greens. I'm not keen about a bean unless it is a chili, chili bean.
boy. I love coffee, yes, I love tea. I love to jive and he loves me. Coffee and tea and jive with me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. I love Java, sweet and hot. Oof, Mr. Porter, I'm a coffee pot. Shoot me the pot, now pour me a shot. A cup, a cup, a cup. Oh, slip me a slug from the wonderful mug. I'll cut a rug till I'm stuck in a jug. Drop a nickel in the pot, Joe. Take 'em slow. Waiter, waiter, percolator. I love coffee, I love tea. I love the jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the Java and me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. Oh. When I walked out of there, I just couldn't imagine how Chris and Dan can be content playing mere guitars. But such is their love and life. So, maybe another wandering tune.
Wayfaring Stranger. I'm just a boy, wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. That there's no trouble, toil, no danger, in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my mother. I'm going there, home on a roam. But I'm going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I know the clouds will gather round me, and on my way is rough and steep. The beauteous fields lie just beyond me, where souls redeemed their vigils keep. I'm going there to see my father. He said he'd meet me when I come. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I'm going there to see my mother. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home.
I really identified with the singer. It seems like he's remembering his first job. He's a young man, and he's kind of looking at the men around him, trying to figure out how he's going to carry himself in life. And he spots one fellow who seems to stand out. Seems like he's got some soul and an interesting character. bit of a musician too, but in the end he finds it's another side of this fellow that he knew nothing about, and that side is caught up with him. It's an old song, I don't know who wrote it, I don't know if anyone does know.
Johnny.
It's called Spanish Johnny.
Thanks for the visit.
Yeah. Now play to the key of E. Okay. So these guys are ranchers back in the 1800s. Pretty tough crowd. Those other years, those dusty years, when we drove the big herds through, I tried to forget the miles we rode, and Spanish Johnny you. He'd sit beside the water ditch when all our herd was in, and he'd never harm a child but sang to his mandolin. He sang the old songs, the old talk, and the dealings of our gang. Spanish Johnny seldom spoke, but sang the songs of Spain. And his talk with men was vicious talk when he was drunk on gin. But those were golden things he said to his mandolin. We had to stand, we had to judge, we had to stop him then. You see, those hands so gentle to a child had killed so many men. He died a hard death long ago, before the roads came in. And the night before he swung, he sang to his mandolin. Carried him out in the morning light, the man who done no good. Laid him down in the cold, cold clay, stuck in a cross of wood. And then a letter we wrote to his kinfolk to tell them where he'd been. And we shipped it all down to Mexico, along with his mandolin.
students either way. I have taught from about age 8 up to, I think, 60 is the oldest I've taught. But you're never too old and never too young to start. So see me after the show, or see me after the show.
There is no other choice.
Yes. Well, or you could send an email. If you go to the website, you can contact us that way too. Outrageousfortune.org. So thank you very much for coming out and listening. You've been a great audience, and we really appreciate Jane Finlay and the Morse
Jane.
Institute Library. And I'd also like to thank our sound engineer extraordinaire, John Paquette. Made it possible for everyone to actually understand what we're singing up here. So we're going to do a song that's not about traveling so much, but it is about sort of a moral lesson. And this being a Sunday, I suppose that's not amiss. And so we'll leave you with the song. It's called "It's a Sin to Tell a Lie." It features Rod Thomas on various shenanigans. Just be sure when you say, I love you, it's a sin to tell a lie. Millions of hearts are broken just because these words are spoken. I love you, yes I do, I love you, but if you break my heart, I'll die. So be sure that it's true when you say I love you. It's a sin to tell a lie. Just be sure when you say I love you. It's a sin to tell a lie.
Ain't that true?
Millions of hearts are broken.
So sad to say,
Just because these words are spoken.
what words?
I love you, I love you, I love you.
I can't blame
If
you.
you break my heart, I'll die.
Oh my.
So be sure that it's true when you say I love you. It's a sin to tell.
It's a sin to tell.
It's a sin to tell a lie. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'll make it quick. So, thank you very much. And this next song is kind of the Ur-Hobo song, if that makes sense. It's was sung by Woody Guthrie, Pete Seeger, Cisco Houston, Bob Dylan, I think. Everybody. Arlo Guthrie, I think.
Jerry
did it.
Garcia.
Jerry Garcia. Really?
Yeah. With David Grisman.
It's called Danville Grove. Good morning, Mr. Railroad Man. What time do your trains roll by? At 9:15 and 2:44. 25 minutes till 5. Well, it's 9:16 and